Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. Well, tomorrow I'll be hosting a bus tour down to the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. And we'll be taking off from Albert Lea, Minnesota. And I'll be down there at the show and actually speaking on Wednesday from 11:30 to 1 at a little seminar put on by Implement Tractor Magazine. Now it's always great fun at the show there to go around and walk the show floor, which takes about 2 days. But see all the late model equipment, the biggest, latest happenings with combines, tractors, and planters. And while it's great fun to see the big ticket late model stuff and cover it at auction, for 22 years I've been tracking prices on all types of equipment. So old rusty post hole diggers, hay racks, and even horse-drawn equipment. Yep, we actually cover horse-drawn equipment here at machinerypete.com. Now what I want to do now is show you one of the more interesting horse-drawn items I've ever seen sold at auction. And then I'll show you a little video clip of a doctor's buggy that I shot at a local auction here in southeast Minnesota a while back. And we'll wind up with an interview with Leroy Yoder with Yoder Brothers Auction Service out in Clare, Michigan, who I met recently at the Michigan Auctioneers Convention. Alright, here we are on our website, machinerypete.com. And we'll hop into our auction result database, and I want to show you some of these prices we've compiled on horse-drawn equipment over the years. So you can see here we've got a little over 296,000 auction prices over the years in here. We'll click on horse-drawn equipment. Now a lot of this stuff, when it comes into us, it might not have a make or a model number on it. I mean, this stuff is pretty old. So these items we just put NA for make and model. So if we punch these up here, you can see we've got 206 auction prices on various horse-drawn equipment items here. So the key is to look in the description column here to see what they were. So like here's one August 20th, Northeast Minnesota, horse-drawn steel wheel cultivator, $105, good condition. And it's just really fun to look through the list here and see some of the different things we've got. Here was one right before Halloween, horse-drawn sleigh from the 1890s, good condition, $250. So this is it starts off with the prices we've seen most recently, so 2011. And you can see here a lot of horse buggies, high wheel wagons, stud cart, oak two-wheel horse buggy. So a little bit of everything here. Here's one up in Saskatchewan, a completely rebuilt buggy for $950 last June. And it's really fun, like I say, to pour through here. Now of all these 200 and some items, one of the most interesting ones I saw was right here, December 18th, 2010, on an auction in southwest Pennsylvania. Actually, this same auction had two similar items, both horse-drawn funeral hearses. Now this particular one had glass, and you can see here it sold for $17,000. Okay, here's a picture of that horse-drawn funeral hearse. It sold for $17,000 on the auction in southwest Pennsylvania. You can see, wow, what an amazing historical item here. The wooden wheels, looks like a couple like torch lights right off the front there, beautiful glass on the sides, and again, you can just imagine the history of this piece, serving as it did in southwest Pennsylvania area back in the day. Just kind of an amazing little item here. And again, not your average horse-drawn item that you'd see sold at an auction, but again, historic item, $17,000. Same auction, southwest Pennsylvania, had another horse-drawn funeral hearse without the glass, sold for $11,000. Again, so kind of the fun of compiling auction prices on this stuff. You never know what you're going to see. Now what I want to do is show you a little clip I shot at an auction in Leroy, Minnesota, southeast part of the state here. About a year and a half ago, an old horse-drawn doctor's buggy selling at auction, and then we'll cut to an interview I did with Leroy Yoder with Yoder Brothers Auction Service out in Michigan.
You hear, get bet to there, but that one there, right back me $1,000. That one, somebody get $1,000, give me $500 bill now, $500, now $500, get 500. 500. 2 and a half, 3.
Got 2 and a half.
2 and a half, 3. And now half it again, 3 and a half, 1, 3 and a half, 1, 3 and a half, 400, now 4 and a half, up 4 and a half, again 4 and a half, 600, 600, 7 800, and now 800, and 7 on 800, now you're in for 7, and 1, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, again 750, I got 700 there, now half, on that, half, and now 8 third, now half, 8 and a half, and 1 850, and I'm going to get 8 and a quarter, goodbye here, 825, and 1 8 and a quarter, 800 bid now 25, and 1 825, all done, 820 looking here, 800 now 25, and 1 8 and a quarter.
Right after selling.
Sold it. $800 on 20. On 20.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here, and I'm at the Michigan State Auctioneer Convention in Lansing, Michigan, January 2012, and made a new friend in the auction business here. This is Leroy Yoder with, is it Yoder Brothers Auction Service?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Leroy, out of Clare, Michigan?
Yep, Clare, Michigan.
Okay. Now folks, Leroy here and their auction company, one of the leading auction companies with horse-drawn equipment anywhere. And Leroy, why don't you tell us about your local market there?
We do a lot of horse-drawn farm machinery, even the hay balers,
Okay.
like your John Deere 336s,
Sure.
the New Holland 489s, and them still do quite well. We also have some of the more primitive communities, you might say, that still use the old hay loaders.
Okay.
The green crop hay loaders are
Sure.
definitely a specialty out there.
Okay.
Typically, we're seeing them sell from $1,500 to $2,500 now.
Wow.
A few years ago, they was only doing $400 and $500.
They've gone up that much?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Now, you've been in the auction business how long, Leroy?
Since 1993.
1993. And you guys have 2 big consignment sales every year, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when do they typically fall?
The first one is April 13th and 14th of this year, which is the second weekend in April.
Okay.
And our fall one is the last weekend in August.
Okay. Now, you were telling me, Leroy, these sales, you run how many rings? And it's a 3-day sale?
2-day sale.
Wow.
On Friday, we sell 3 auction rings and shop miscellaneous lawn and garden. No household.
Okay.
No garage sale.
Those are full days you got there.
The
That's
second
awesome.
day, we run 2 auction rings on farm machinery
Okay.
and tractors. And then we also have 1 auction ring going all day on farm parts.
Farm parts. Okay. And you were telling me again that your local area there, now Clare, Michigan, is that central Michigan?
Yep, right in the middle of the hand.
Okay. So for that type of equipment, you've got tons of local buyers?
Yeah, I would say there's probably 20-25 Amish communities in Michigan.
Okay.
And pretty much all of them participate at our consignment auction.
Now, particularly on the horse-drawn equipment, Leroy, which we've been covering that for years, and I always find it fascinating. Do you, on your good used equipment you have on your sales, do you get buyers from far off?
Yeah, typically we usually have at our consignment auction, we'll probably have 1 or 2 buyers come up out of Ohio,
okay,
and 1 or 2 out of Pennsylvania as well.
Okay. Well, Leroy, you gotta plug me into when, let me know when these sales are. I'd love to come out and see you guys sell some good horse-drawn equipment, and your consignment sale with all your equipment would be great fun. And again, the name of you guys, Yoder Brothers Auction Service.
Mm-hmm.
Your phone number?
989-386-9082.
Okay. Well, good visiting with Leroy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, well, thank you, Pete. Enjoyed visiting with you.